Have you ever felt like people gradually stop calling, visiting, or checking in, like you're slowly being left behind, without anyone really noticing? If you're in your late 70s or 80s, this quiet shift might feel all too familiar. The phone rings less. Invitations become rare. And sometimes, family gatherings happen without so much as a mention to you. It's not always dramatic. It's subtle, almost invisible, but it stings. And the hardest part? Nobody talks about it. They assume you're okay, even when you're quietly wondering what changed. In today's video, we'll uncover 8 subtle but powerful signs that others may be unintentionally pulling away as you age. These aren't just signs of change, they reveal deeper truths about how aging is perceived by society, and even by those closest to us. But recognizing these signs isn't about giving in. It's about reclaiming your presence, your voice, and your worth. So stay with me, because this might just bring words to what you've been feeling for a long time. Sign number 1. Conversations feel brief and distant. One of the first shifts you might notice is how conversations start to lose their depth. They become shorter, more polite, less personal. Where once people came to chat, to laugh, to reminisce, now it's a quick, "How are you?" or "Do you need anything?" It feels like they're checking off a task, not really connecting. This change isn't always deliberate. People often streamline their social interactions as life gets busier. Sadly, older adults sometimes get mentally filed away as less relevant to daily conversations. You go from being a storyteller to someone who gets updates, not conversations. Even close family might speak around you instead of with you, assuming you won't understand or don't need to be involved. It's not cruelty, it's assumption. But the result is the same, a growing silence where connection used to live. Sign number 2, you're left out of events and get-togethers. Another painful shift is when you begin missing out on family dinners, celebrations, or casual get-togethers. At first, you might think it's just coincidence. But over time, the pattern is hard to ignore. They might say, "We didn't want to wear you out," or "It's a bit far for you." But the deeper message? You're not expected anymore. Not because you're unwanted, but because they've started deciding for you. It's a form of what psychologists call assumed limitation, where others think they're being thoughtful by excluding you. The intention might be good, but the impact can feel isolating. Traditions shift, and slowly, your role fades without anyone asking how you feel about it. Sign number 3, your opinion is no longer sought out. There was a time when people turned to you for advice, whether about life, money, relationships, or family decisions. But now, you might find out about major changes only after they happen. The hurt here isn't just being left out, it's the quiet message that your experience doesn't count anymore. But wisdom doesn't age out. If anything, age sharpens your understanding of what really matters. Being consulted isn't just about pride, it's about feeling valued, needed, and heard. Sign number 4, visits feel more like chores than genuine time together. As years pass, visits from loved ones might start to feel scheduled. They come by, but they're glancing at the time, checking their phone, or standing instead of sitting down to chat. The visit becomes an obligation, not a moment of connection. You're grateful, of course. But deep inside, you miss when people came just to be with you, not just to check in. These interactions, though well-meaning, start to feel transactional. And it quietly pushes you to the edges of their emotional lives. Sign number 5, others make choices about your life without including you. Perhaps the most difficult sign is when others start making decisions on your behalf, changing doctors, altering your home setup, or deciding what's best for you without asking. Yes, they may mean well. But it sends a powerful message that your voice no longer counts in your own life. It's not about rejecting help, it's about being part of the conversation. You're still capable of making choices. Being excluded slowly erodes your independence and your confidence. Sign number 6, people talk about you, not with you. As time goes on, you may notice conversations happening around you, but not to you. Loved ones might discuss your health, your living situation, or even your future, all while you're in the same room. They speak in third-person terms, she's not as steady on her feet, or, we should think about getting him some help, as if you're not present, or worse, not capable of understanding. This behavior is often rooted in concern, but it can feel deeply disrespectful. It turns you into a subject of discussion instead of a participant in your own life. Imagine sitting in your own kitchen while others plan changes around you. That quiet hurt can build over time. It leaves a lingering question: do they still see me as fully human? The antidote: speak up, gently, but clearly. Remind others that you may be aging, but you're still thinking, feeling, and very much present. Sign number 7. Your routines are disrupted without your consent. As we age, routines become more important. They bring stability, comfort, and a sense of autonomy. But another subtle way people pull away is by altering your environment or schedule without asking. Maybe someone rearranges your furniture for safety. Or they cancel your weekly bridge night because they thought you were too tired. These might seem like small things, but when routines are taken without discussion, they become silent messages: you're no longer in control. Let's look at Frank, age 86. His grandson recently installed a new, smart TV and threw away the old remote. Frank can barely figure out how to change the channel now. No one meant to be unkind. But no one asked him either. These kinds of disruptions erode independence and dignity. They're reminders that while you're still alive, your ability to decide is slowly being overridden, one helpful change at a time. Sign number 8. Your emotional needs are overlooked. People often assume that the elderly don't need emotional support in the same way younger people do. That somehow, after a certain age, you stop needing reassurance, affection, or companionship. But the truth is, the heart never ages out of wanting to be seen, heard, and loved. Loneliness is not just about being alone, it's about feeling emotionally invisible. Maybe you haven't had a real hug in days. Maybe no one asks how you're really feeling. Maybe they assume that because you're older, you're tougher, or used to loss, or okay being alone. That's not true. Your emotional world still matters. You still long to connect, to laugh, to cry, to feel. And ignoring that is one of the deepest forms of neglect, even if it comes quietly, from those who love you most. So, what can you do? Now that we've explored 8 meaningful signs that people may start drifting away in your later years, the question is, what next? This isn't just about noticing the changes. It's about reclaiming your place, your dignity, and your voice. Here are some empowering reminders. No. 1. Speak up for yourself. Don't be afraid to express how you feel. If someone's visits feel rushed, say so. If you want to be invited, ask to be. You deserve inclusion, not just assistance. Number 2. Rebuild your circle. It's never too late to connect. Whether it's joining a book club, calling an old friend, or even engaging in an online group, there are people out there who would love to hear your thoughts, your stories, your laughter. Number 3. Ask for emotional check-ins. Let family know you appreciate calls that aren't just about errands or health. Ask them to call just to chat, like old times. Not because you're needy, but because you're human. Number 4. Share your story. Start writing, recording, or sharing memories. Not just for others, for you. Telling your story is powerful. It reminds you, and those around you, that you're not just alive, you're still living. A note to the families watching. If you're someone watching this video because your parent or grandparent sent it to you, thank them. And then, take a moment to think. When was the last time you called just to listen? When did you last ask for their advice? Not out of obligation, but out of genuine respect. When did you last hug them for more than just a second? Aging doesn't erase identity. It deepens it. So don't wait for regrets to realize how much your loved one still has to give. Make sure to subscribe and click the bell icon, not just so you don't miss future videos, but because this space is yours. A space for respect, truth, and gentle encouragement. You matter, and we're here to remind you, every single week.